In this video, I'll be going over some animation basics, showing you this by making a circle bounce from the left side of our screen to the right side of our screen. So the first thing I'm going to do is just add in a fill command. Then right underneath that, I'm going to do the code for an ellipse. You can choose to do this with whatever shape. It doesn't have to be an ellipse. And we're just going to give it an x, y, a width, and a height. What we're going to do next is create a variable. This is going to happen right above function draw. Normally we want to keep all of our code inside of those two curly brackets, but in the case of variables, we want it to be outside of our function draw. So I'm going to go right above it, and we're going to write var for variable. We're going to give it a name, something that's relevant to what it does. So we want our x value of our circle to change because we want it to move to the left and to the right. And I'm going to set that equal to 0. The next thing you'll want to do is add that in to the x value of your ellipse. So we're going to add it in to 50 plus x, and you'll notice that it isn't moving yet. That's because we have to add in one more line, x equals x plus 1. Now you'll see that it's kind of dragging on the screen. So what's happening is the computer reads through function draw 60 times every second. So 60 times every second, it's adding 1, or it's adding 20 like I just did, or it's adding 50. And you can see if you look closely that a new circle is being generated every 50 units or every 100 units. So in this case, it's every 1 unit because that looks a little bit more smooth. The reason it's dragging is because we don't have a background. So if I put a background in there, it doesn't really look like it's dragging anymore, which is the way we want it to look. So once we have our background in there, we'll notice that our circle is moving. However, it is rolling right off the screen. So we're going to fix that. And one thing that we need to make a variable for is our speed, because we want it to move with positive speed to go forward and negative speed to go backwards. So instead of having x equals x plus 1, now we're going to have x equals x plus speed because we want our speed to be a variable, something that can change. Next thing we need to do is add in some conditional statements. These conditional statements say if something happens, then we want something else to happen. In this case, we want it to be if our x's value is greater than 650, we want our speed to be negative 5. This is the negative speed I was talking to you about. That's how it moves backwards. I'm going to make one more conditional statement that says if x is less than 50, then I want my speed to be 5 again. That's what's going to allow it to bounce back and forth between the left and right side. As it's approaching the right, as soon as it hits 650, the speed becomes negative, it moves to the left, hits 50, and it becomes positive again, which allows it to move back towards 650.